Gil Martin here, and welcome everybody to the Daily Packers Post, where we bring you in-depth daily coverage of your Green Bay Packers. We're here every day, Monday through Friday, bringing you insightful videos about the Packers. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button so you never miss future episodes. Today, with the news that the New York Jets were going to part ways with Aaron Rodgers, we wanted to break down that trade between the New York Jets and the Green Bay Packers that sent Aaron Rodgers to Broadway or to northern New Jersey. And quite honestly, I think it is clear that the Packers won the trade, not just by a little bit, but by a whole lot. So first, what was the deal? Well, Aaron Rodgers went to New York for a swap of first-round picks in 2023. So the Packers moved up from 15 to 13. You added a second-round pick in 2023, a sixth-round pick in 2023, and then a conditional first-round pick in 2024, which became a second-rounder because Rodgers was injured in 2023 after playing just, 3 or 4 snaps for the Jets, injured his Achilles, and he was lost for the year. So what did these picks become for the Green Bay Packers? Well, the 2023 first rounder was edge rusher Lucas Van Ness, a player who has shown flashes, but has overall not become a starter, not really lived up to his potential. We sort of knew Van Ness was a bit of a project when the Packers drafted him. We'll see if he could take a step forward in year 3. With the second round pick, the Packers added tight end Luke Musgrave, had a solid rookie season. Injuries limited him big time in his second year. I still like Luke Musgrave's potential to give the Packers a downfield weapon at tight end. Again, we'll see whether or not he ever reaches that potential. And then you have the sixth round pick from 2023. That turned out to be kicker Anders Carlson. Carlson spent 1 year with the Packers, wasn't exactly the most consistent kicker, and now has sort of been a journeyman, kind of going around the league looking for a permanent position. Now, the Packers then traded the other second-round pick that they acquired from the Jets for a second-round pick 4 spots later, and a 5th and 6th round pick. So what did that become? Well, the 2024 second round pick in the Rodgers trade, linebacker Edgerrin Cooper, a guy who made the all-rookie team, has the potential to be a special player, twice named NFC Defensive Player of the Week, and really, to me, a potential superstar. The 5th round pick, offensive lineman Jacob Monk. He really was a depth player. We'll see whether or not he develops into anything. And then the 4th round pick, the 6th round pick becomes part of another trade, and they move up and get safety Evan Williams, another all-rookie guy who started, and even though they brought him along a little bit slowly early in the season, I think Evan Williams has the ability to be a special player. Now, Rodgers, when they brought him in, they started bringing in guys for Aaron Rodgers. Ended up with Randall Cobb, Alan Lazard, Nathaniel Hackett as the offensive coordinator. This year, they acquired Davante Adams in a trade. So they went out and got as many guys. Aaron Rodgers almost became the assistant general manager of the New York Jets, the way they were bending over backwards to get him the guys he wanted. And he clearly had, the offensive weapons that he needed to have. He had Breece Hall as a running back, Garrett Wilson, Davante Adams at receiver. And yet, 2024, once he's out there on the field, Rodgers had the worst statistical season of his NFL career. The Jets only won 5 games. They fired their head coach. They fired their general manager. And it just was overall a disaster. Rodgers has a quarterback rating of just 90.5. And a big reason for that, just 6.7 yards per attempt. And again, a lot of off the field distractions and a lot of issues surrounding Rodgers that the Packers got rid of when they traded him away and the Jets took on. And, add to that, he ended up 21st among qualified quarterbacks in passer rating. Where does that put him? In between, he's tied with Joe Flacco and just behind Geno Smith. Again, 21st out of 32 starters in the NFL. That is far from elite territory. And in addition to losing the drama and the high cap hit that Rodgers gave the Packers, I mean, the way his last contract extension was structured was not good for the team. They ended up with, about a $43 million dead cap hit when they traded Rodgers. They took it all in 1 year. Jordan Love comes on. He has statistically been significantly better than Aaron Rodgers over the last 2 years. Packers make the playoffs in each of the last 2 years. And, you have to add the fact that once that dead cap hit came off the table this year, the Packers take that new cap money and are able to sign important free agents like Josh Jacobs and Xavier McKinney, both of whom were Pro Bowl players for the Packers this year and in their first year. So, Love is 12th among quarterbacks, and that's with him playing through 3 injuries over the course of this past season. He's also younger. He is, I think, more of a leader right now for this young team than Aaron Rodgers would have been, and you lose all that drama off the field. The Jets imploded, and the Packers have taken steps forward. And you got to remember, the last season that Rodgers was in Green Bay, for whatever reason, he kind of seemed detached, disinterested, and was not, that up until this year was his worst statistical season since he became a starter. Now, did the Packers hit on all the picks they acquired? No. Obviously, Van Ness has not developed into what he could be yet. Musgrave has been hampered by injuries. Carlson was 1 year and done, although he was the kicker for 1 season. But I think just Cooper, Williams, and Love alone give the Packers a big advantage, and that the trade of Rodgers, because of a lot of the off-the-field stuff, really was addition by subtraction. And, think about this. There were reports out there that the Jets basically said to him, hey, we'll let you come back for 2025. We will keep you, but you can't do the weekly podcast appearance, and you got to attend all mandatory OTAs. And apparently Rodgers did not agree to that, and here we are. So I wish Aaron Rodgers luck, assuming he doesn't sign with another NFC North team. But really, I think the bottom line question is this. If you were to take the general manager of the Jets at the time of the trade, Joe Douglas, and you were to take Brian Gutekunst, Packers general manager then and now, and you were to ask them both, would you do this trade again today, knowing what you know now? Gutekunst would probably say yes in a heartbeat. Douglas would say no. It cost him his job, for crying out loud. So clearly the Packers won this trade. They could win it by even more, depending on whether guys like Van Ness and Musgrave and Monk develop and how much better guys like Cooper and Williams can get. So I think this was a very, very good trade for the Packers. And like I said, something that the Packers would do again, and that the Jets probably would avoid if they had that opportunity. Thank you so much for watching our video. Again, we're here every day, Monday through Friday, bringing you in-depth Packers coverage. And don't forget to check out our website at thepackerspost.com for in-depth daily articles about your Green Bay Packers. I'm Gil Martin. Thank you very much for listening to and watching the Daily Packers Post. And of course, go Pack Go.